Good. We are recording. Hey, everybody, and welcome. We're on the love train today. Yay! On the world. Join my hand. The love train. The love train. Okay, good. All right. Welcome to the Love Better Now Challenge. Mrs. McDonald, stop shaking your head at me. You know I'm silly. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. The beauty of this is I can actually see what you're thinking. But we're going to get into that communication. Yeah. So welcome so much. Welcome. And thank you so much for joining us for the Love Better Now Challenge. I am Shanice Cleckley, and this is...
LeBrian Cleckley.
And we are with Our Marriage Rocks. And Our Marriage Rocks is a marriage enrichment coaching service that we are mission to do because we want people to stay married and be happy married and love each other. So we have been married, a little bit about us, for 9 years next month. Whoop, whoop. Big nine, big nine, big nine, big fat nine.
9 exciting years.
Yes. 9 long years. But anyway, so we've been married 9 years. Together for 10. We have 4 children together, 1 grandchild, and LeBrian is an ordained minister. And so the principles that we do have within our mission and the training that we've all done has been in the church. So I'm a certified Jesus freak girl. So like one of my coaches said, hey, it comes out sometimes, and if it's not you, just go on the tip out and then come back later when I get over that feeling and then come on back. Okay, but nevertheless, it's still good stuff. Still good stuff. So I thank y'all so much for joining. Brian, you want to say anything before I get into the lesson for the day?
I think you hit all of it. I think no.
No?
No.
If you follow us on Facebook under facebook.com, Our Marriage Rocks, we're also on Periscope and on Twitter, you will see that, yeah, we're kind of silly. We're a nutty group. We call it the Cleckley Show because, woo-hoo, you never know what you're going to get with us. But what you always will get is truth and authenticity and a cheerleader. So we are here to cheer you on.
Hopefully something valuable that you can use.
Exactly.
Because we get a lot from people that we speak with and counsel and meet with and do various workshops with it. So hopefully we can help you, and you will definitely help us.
Yeah, we're all a tribe. We're going to be working together and encouraging each other. So let's get into the meat of everything. Today is an easy peasy day. Might be something you've already done, but it's our barometer. We're talking about clarity. How to have clarity in your marriage. We're going to be going over the 5 C's. And C number 1 is to be clear on who you are and what you need in your marriage. We find that a lot of couples and relationships that and go on, especially if you're an older couple, you kind of lose it a little bit. You don't really remember what happened before. And while you know you love that person, you kind of forget a few things. So we use it.
You don't have to be old for that.
You don't. Just kind of like a little stale, a little in the book.
Slow it down.
Exactly. So what we like to use a lot of times, one of the tools that we use is what we sent out to you, which is the love assessment with the love language test. Did everybody do their test?
Yes.
Really? You didn't do your test? But that's okay. As long as you're here, you're present. That's all that matters.
I didn't get it.
You didn't get it?
No.
Okay, I sent it. I will resend it. Okay. It's an automated one, so it should have come when you got your confirmation. And after your confirmation, you get another email that said.
I didn't get that either. I only saw it from the Facebook post. So I didn't get anything in my email.
Okay, well, I'm going to check and see why it didn't happen because I got it directly from your sign up, but I will fix that for you. So don't worry, we'll get that done.
And your presence matters. I'm working on a message right now having to do with your presence and being present in and of things. So good go.
But you'll be able to still catch on. I know, you'll still be able to see what you do and understand what's going on. So McDonald's, you guys did it?
Yes.
Can you tell us your results? What did you get?
What did we get?
What was your primary one?
I had 2 actually. I had what they call it, 2 primary.
Okay.
Quality time and physical touch.
Okay.
And we had done it a long time. I think we had done it when we first got married, but I don't remember what it was. It might have been close. I don't remember what it was, but this time it was quality time and physical touch for mine.
Okay.
Okay.
And we didn't share. We said we were going to wait until we got on.
Yes.
Good job.
Which one had the high numbers? You had two that had the same?
Act of service was 6.
Okay. And what was it? What was the highest number?
Quality time, 12.
Oh, his quality time was 12.
Wow.
Another one that was
That's
12.
good.
So that he only had the one then, the 12.
Okay. Well, wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about the love languages. Yes. Okay.
Well, for the Scrivens and the McDonald's, the 5 love languages were I don't want to say created, but they were created by an author by the name of Gary Chapman. He's also a minister, and he wrote a book. And what it did was it helps couples learn how to communicate with one another. To give an example, if you were to go into the United Nations, what you would see is there are various people from various countries, and they all speak different languages. And they have the little things on their ears that help them communicate. But to really help them communicate, you really have to understand where they're coming from. You'll see a lot of time world leaders get to be good friends, and even though they can't understand each other's personal language, they understand each other's heart. They understand they understand how to communicate with one another. And that's what a love language is about. Like you heard the other couple say, each individual has a different type of love language. So while Mr. said his love language was quality time.
Quality time.
And Mrs. said her love language was
2. She had 2.
She had 2.
Mm-hmm.
But the 5 love languages, and all together, there's quality time, there's words of affirmation,
Acts of service, receiving gifts, and physical touch. Okay.
Now,
so I'm going to share a screen with you now, and you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see a little bit about it. Thought I had it up in, not my desk. Oh, yeah, my desktop. Oh, the one, because my desktop is covered. Hold on.
we're real advanced here at Clutchley Central.
We're advanced. I just covered up what I was supposed to have. Oh. There we go. Exit full view. Now I can get to it.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay. But with the 5 love languages, there are some the best practices that you can do in order to show your spouse that you love them or how you love them. So we're going to go into what the 5 love languages are and do a little description. So you won't necessarily see us in a second. There we go. Screen, desktop, share. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
awesome. So
Okay.
can I. How about that?
Everybody see it?
Yep.
Okay, good. The first one is words of affirmation. If your spouse's primary love language is words of affirmation, then speaking words of praise, making sure that you tell them that you love them, that they're beautiful, that you appreciate them, are the things that they want to hear. These are the things that they need to have in order to let them know that you really care. So have you ever been around people who say stuff like, "Oh, I love you," but it falls on deaf ears? For them, 9 times out of 10, their love language is not words of affirmation. Well, for somebody, words of affirmation, when you tell them, I really, really appreciate the fact that you wake up every morning and you go to work and you take care of our household. That would make them go through the moon with words of affirmation kind of a person. So when you learn your spouse's love language, it's easier to connect with them on the language of their heart. So now let's see, the second one is physical touch. Now, I am a physical touch, and physical touch is not just sex. We have to caution folks.
But it is sex too.
It is sex too, but it's not just sex. If your spouse's primary love language, and the reason I continue to say your spouse's, because You're not learning your love language just for you. The main purpose is to learn your love language for your spouse so that you can take the action to love them. So if you guys look at each other and you want to make the other one happy, then you'll be happy in return. That's just kind of a rule of thumb. So with physical touch, if your spouse's love language is physical touch, nothing communicates more clearly to them is if you reach out and just literally touch their hand. Physical touch has also to do with like face recognition and facial movement. So expression. So when we do stuff, I have to ask my husband, can I share about your face?
No.
I'm going to do it anyway. Is that right? Okay, good. So Brian will tell me stuff and he'll say, yeah, baby, I'm okay. I like it. And I'm like, do you really like it? Or don't you? You know, he'll actually say, I think it's good. But he's frowning at me. And I'm like, is it good? Oh, is it not good? He'll say, yeah, it's nice. Is that good or bad? I'm verbal. I'm that person that I need to see you. You know, I need to see you say, it's good. I don't care if it's cheesy. I need that verbal communication. I need that verbal and that look. I need everything. But likewise, he holds my hand often. He will reach over and grab my leg or something. And that truly, truly touches my heart. That truly, truly touches my heart.
The next one is receiving gifts. This is my mother-in-law's primary love language.
Why you gotta bring my mom in?
Because your mama is something else.
Let me bring my mom.
But when your spouse's primary love language is gift giving, guess what? That means you need to give them things to really communicate to them how you're feeling.
And they're not being superficial. They're not.
And it's not and that's fair. And it's not just that they're superficial. That's just something in them. It speaks to something in them. Mm-hmm. When you show up with flowers, when you show up at the job with his favorite lunch, those kind of things, they're tangible. There's something they can feel. Many times it's something that other people can see. And the person that has a receiving gifts love language really responds to that. It doesn't even have to be something huge. You don't have to go out and be forever Dunkin' and plan a whole wedding. Man, you got time for all that anyway. It could just be something as simple as on your way home, driving by and picking up a box of Little Debbie cakes, Little Debbie oatmeal pies. Some people, I don't like them a lot.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. So if it's receiving gifts, don't get tied up with trying to figure out how you're going to afford all the gifts you're going to have to give them for the rest of your married life. Just make sure that you give them something from your heart on a regular basis
that you know they will appreciate.
Right, and that's on any gifts. That's something that I had to learn once I got married as well. Just because I'm giving you a gift doesn't necessarily mean that the person that's giving the gift is going to like it. It may be something that I think that they should have, but it may not be something that speaks to that person's character or that person's heart.
So we've gone over words of affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, and next is quality time.
Now, if your quality time love language, that's giving your spouse undivided attention. Mr. Donald up here said his number 12 was quality time because he appreciates somebody sitting in the same room with him, looking across the table, looking across the couch, and speaking with him undivided, non-distracted for a set period of time. I get that. That's huge, especially in today's world because we've got all these different devices that we're checking and beeping and buzzing. To have somebody that's willing to give you 20 minutes of themselves freely, that's huge. That says a lot. That says you care about me a great deal. That was my parents.
Oh, distractions of life.
Who have no care for man. They respect no man.
Okay. But quality time is that you do. Sometimes you turn off that phone, or when you're talking to your spouse and their quality time, literally look them in the eye and talk to them. Don't just. Are y'all back? Are you there? Okay, there we go. There we go. Good. Actually talk to them. Actually look them in their eye when you're doing it. So that's quality time. When you're in the car, sometimes turn off the radio and just talk. Just be in their presence. And then last is acts of service. So for these people, actions speak louder than words. You need to do something for them. Take out the garbage. Pick up a bottle. Clean a floor. I see somebody shaking their head. If their act is acts of service, then do something for them that they need you to do. Don't just do arbitrary stuff and say, well, I did it. No. If you see they're in the middle of doing something, give them service. You're servicing them. You're making sure that they are taken care of in a particular physical way, that kind of thing. While mine is not acts of service is almost like my secondary, because there's certain things that I just expect him to do that I've communicated with him. So you have to be very clear on those things because your spouse does not know what happens. They call it back to back, so we got to see what's going on. That's not usually like them. We'll see what's happening. But yes, so acts of service is something that's definitely you need to do. So in your homework tonight, you will see that there is something that you will receive. It should pop up around 9:30 or so. You will have a chore that you have to do with your love language, aside from taking the test. The form or the sheet that I just gave you a minute ago also shows you exactly what the love languages are. So I'm going to bring that up and share that again so we can look at it. So this will probably be one of the easiest nights that you're going to have. And not that everything's going to be hard, but it's going to be one of the easiest ones. Okay? So you have words of affirmation. And with your words of affirmation, remember that you are to encourage, to affirm with physical touch, nonverbal communication, receiving gifts, thoughtfulness, making sure that you give them something, that you make sure that you do it on purpose, quality time, uninterrupted time, looking at them, one-on-one time. Acts of service is how can I help you? How can I be of service to you? If you look at the last column, it also tells you things that you need to avoid, like criticism. Criticism does not go well with an affirmation. And when we get into communication, we'll talk about ways that you can actually, which is another C, because remember this C is about getting clarity on how your spouse feel best loved. So when we get into the next C with communication, we'll talk about how you can tell your spouse something without necessarily demeaning their character, but talking about the act of what they're doing, not their character. Physical touch. That's if you don't touch them or kiss them or anything, that's not a good thing. Receiving gifts, forgetting somebody's birthday or anniversary, horrible. Quality time. If they're sitting there trying to talk to you and you're on the phone, not good. And then acts of service. So those are your, that is what you have today for today. Let me stop sharing. This is just a benchmark so you can see how everything goes. In your homework tonight, you'll receive that tonight and be able to look at it, go over it with your spouse, literally talk to them about it. So you guys are quality time with the McDonald's. Talk to each other about what you feel is your most is the best quality time for you. How do you enjoy yourself the most? The Scrivens, is that right? Scrivens? Okay. Yep. The Scrivens. You guys take the test, and Johnson's. I see you guys jumped on. You guys take the test as well, and then go over the homework. Tomorrow's communication, so get ready for that. So I thank you guys. If you have any questions, I'll take them right now. You can let me know. Any questions? Any questions?
What did you say about when you have two?
When you have two, that your poor husband would just have to really feed into both of them.
feed into both.
The thing to know about love languages is they can't change what's happening within your life. I know that I've taken it before, and at one point when I took it early in our marriage, I truly needed some words of affirmation because I didn't feel valued and I needed some things. But when I took it again, maybe year 5 in our marriage, physical touch was more important to me. And it has a lot to do with what's going on in your life. So it's good to do a checkup every once in a while to see what needs to happen. And these are just benchmarks. There's so many tools out there to do, but I find this is like the easiest. And it's the one that truly goes to the heart of the people and the part of who your spouse is. And as you focus, anytime you think of something like, let's say you get mad at them and your word of affirmation, and you get mad at them, the first thing you do not need to do is say, I can't believe you did that. Why? Are you crazy? Yeah, that demeans them. So if you know that your spouse is words of affirmation, you might want to, take a look at certain things. So this benchmark truly helps you kind of think about what everything else is going to be. So when we go over communication, we'll go back to what is your spouse's love language. When we go over connection, which is intimacy and sex, what is your spouse's love language in order to get to that point of intimacy? We're also going to go with comprehension and commitment, your commitment level. Have you committed to them new? We're going to do something called rewriting your vows, which that's probably going to be most of the one labor intensive, because once you've been married a while, there's certain vows that you want to take differently. You do. Like one vow that I've remade to LeBrian, you have and hold and everything else. But my vow in year 9 is more of, I promise to be patient when you're processing in order to make sure things are okay. So what happened? Okay. So that's it for tonight. So go home at 9:30. You will have your homework come through. You'll have 24 hours. And I will see you here again at 8:15. He's back. I will see you here again at 8:15 p.m. If you have any questions, I'll be putting some things, just some little things inside of the private Facebook group. You have some public declarations that you need to make on your own social media to let people know that I love my husband and I love my wife and this is what we're doing and nothing can break us apart. So halle bally. So, okay. So if there's no more questions, we're good.
How did you get yours to say the Cleckley's?
Huh?
How did you get it to say that?
When you log in, you'll see it says your name. You can change it to whatever you want to.
Oh, because Monica says, hers just says Monica, mine just says Veronica, so I didn't know.
Yep, when you log in, and when you log in the next time, you'll see it. It'll say before you click start that you want to come to the meeting. You can change that name to whatever. Because sometimes I use this for my business meetings when I do business coaching, and I may change it to just Shanice Cleckley or Shanice the So Fine. Sometimes I do that just because I like to be crazy. I hope I'm in do all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
Because tomorrow I might say the Cleckley Show. But again, I thank y'all so much for joining us and taking your time out. And happy loving, and I'll see y'all soon.
Appreciate you.
All right. Bye.